weather. It is known as the super outbreak of 1974. 50 years ago, 148 tornadoes killed more than 300 people in 13 different states, including here in Ohio. Everywhere at 5, See a New Yorker sat down with a survivor who shares her story.
Good evening. The worst siege of tornadoes in 49 years hit sections of this country and Canada yesterday and today. And this afternoon, President Nixon declared national disasters in Alabama, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, and Tennessee, 5 of the hardest hit states.
And looking back, Sue Garfalo can't believe she survived.
When I was under the ping pong table, I thought I was going to die. I thought we were all going to be wiped out because of the noise. It was like a freight train. Hearing the bouncing debris in the yard and things hitting the house, I prayed.
The then 18-year-old was a student at Mount St. Joseph in Cincinnati, Ohio. She and her college roommate were visiting with the surrogate family and tells me she had a feeling that something was off.
I actually saw something I will never ever forget, and that was the funnel cloud itself, a funnel cloud, spinning above the house across the street, and it looked like it was descending towards the house area.
That day became known as the super outbreak of April 3rd, 1974, when 148 tornadoes killed 300 people over 13 different states, Ohio one of the hardest hit.
Today, the living were still looking for the dead and remembering through their shock what happened.
Feeling helpless about all of the devastation in her community, Sue joined the recovery efforts, even earning recognition from Governor John Gilligan for her service at the VFW Hall. The retired nurse tells me the anniversaries are not something she looks forward to, but she is grateful she lived to tell, and she offers this warning about severe weather.
People need to take it seriously. For years after that, any severe weather warning, I'd be in the basement with my bird or my dog or whomever, and my husband would be sitting up here in his recliner saying it's going to blow over, and I'd say, "You're nuts, it's me nuts, so let's be prepared."
Reporting in Parma, See a New Yorker, 19 News.